right, Mix 96 FM joining us once again live here in the studio and on Facebook Live as well. Little Bob Seger in the background for you there. It's the legendary John Boy. Welcome back, sir.
Welcome. Thank you. And also, JJ left the building.
JJ has left the building.
Yeah,
so
he left the building.
Now, before we go any further, I already told you several people have been saying hey online and thanking you for all your time through over the years. But we have one more person on the phone right now. I believe he's still on. Chuck, you still there this morning?
Yes.
All right, Chuck, go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Well, I wanted to, wish John best on his retirement. And every time I talk to him, in town or something, I always bring up the 788.
Yes.
And I just wonder what the Nut Hut or you would do if you had to work out that trailer on 788 like he had to.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have survived it. I've heard stories, so.
Yeah, Chuck, I've got a lot of Route 788 stories for sure.
You told me about the house that used to be there. That was just a little bit before my time. But,
yeah. Well, there was a house there. The tower, the AM tower is still there.
Right,
and there's also a transmitter building.
Yeah.
But when we started there was a house, a white house, and it was owned by the Covelans. Uh-huh. And that's what WKOV stands for, is Coveland.
Got it.
And so, every morning I'd go in this house and go to the very back room where there was an AM transmitter sitting and the console, and that's where I would broadcast from.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but can you see Matt doing that?
I don't know if I could or not. So.
Oh, yeah, Matt.
I've been around long enough that I actually remember some of that equipment. So
disc jockeys adapt well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things we have to go through, like forgetting the coffee in the morning, and you just have to adapt.
Yep.
No heat in the building.
I've been lucky. I haven't had to experience that one. So, but well, Chuck, do you have a favorite story from the years?
Oh, I got, I don't know. I just got a lot of memories.
A lot of memories.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Chuck. Number one, you calling in. Thank you so much, because I always enjoyed our conversations.
Yeah.
And also, I appreciate you not telling all the stories. All right.
We appreciate you guys listening, Chuck. Thanks for calling in.
I just want to wish John the best on his retirement.
All right. Thanks, Chuck. We'll talk to you soon.
Blessings to you. Thanks, Chuck.
That's our good friend Chuck King. He and Deidre have been longtime listeners, and he calls in every once in a while. Still, he calls me up, and he's got a couple songs that he likes to hear and like to play them and stuff. So now I'm going to throw this out. It's almost over now, but in the back, I'm going to go ahead and throw you under the bus just a little bit. Yesterday, we were talking about when John was on the radio with you upstairs or on Main Street TV, and we had quite the experience together last year. Hold on a second. There's that magic of the automation that I forgot to kill here. Hold on a minute. There we go.
Good.
That's better. So anyway, we had the chance a little over a year ago to go see Bob Seger in concert.
Right.
And it was a rescheduled concert, and we've John's told the story, and I've told the story about the ride home and everything, which we still laugh about to this day, because we went from rain when we left to snow on the way back and everything in between. But you said something yesterday that I'll have to admit, while I don't disagree with what you said, I do to a little bit of an extent, because you said that you thought maybe I was there just for the food at Buca de Beppo, which I'll say this. I'm not going to turn that down anytime. But I enjoyed that. It was a great show.
The reason that I say that is because we had a small wait outside before we went in. And then when they said, called my name, you kind of pushed me all aside.
I was like, let me get into this place. Well, that's because I don't get to places like that very often. So,
and it was a great meal.
Oh yeah, but the concert was amazing, and I like I've told John 100 times. He called me out of the blue and said, "Hey, I've got this extra ticket. Are you interested?" And I thought, well, heck yeah, I'm interested to see a legend like Bob Seger and to be able to watch that. And like you said, it was hit song after hit song after hit song, and just it was a great time. And yeah, even to be able to laugh about, the fact that we can be here and laugh after Scott driving us home that night. So, but it was fun. So,
I mean, we laugh about that trip now.
Oh yeah, now we do. Yeah,
we weren't laughing during the trip.
As John said, he was praying, but I'm pretty sure I had white knuckle marks on my arm too, because I think he hugged me a couple times too, because he was afraid we weren't going to make it back. So, and I don't remember if it was him or you that kept saying, "Now Scott, you can switch that over into 4-wheel drive. You can switch that over into 4-wheel drive. Nah, I don't need no 4-wheel drive.
No.
We're good. We're in good shape. You just got to keep moving with the flow.
And we're here, so
We're here, so
evidently he knew what he was doing.
Yes. But again, and you said now we've got you've been on Main Street TV all day and over the last few days, and of course they got some stuff planned for you today as well, and we do here at the station. But you don't really know what to expect, do you?
No, there's a fear factor involved here where when I come to work,
John Pelletier,
I just sort of have to sit there and let it go.
Yeah, there you go. So, but anyway, I want to thank you. Of course, I came to Jackson about 20 years ago and had the opportunity to to turn on the air, and I missed the days of the Nuthead. I wasn't here for that, but I came in and you had just taken over, I think, for. I think Brian Vance had been doing the morning crew or the morning cafe at the time, and then you had taken over, and so the bulk of my time was listening to John Boy and the Mixed Morning Cafe as well, and some of the bits that you used to do. We used to I still throw some of them in with the songs you forgot, you didn't forget, and then of course crazy news. Do you have a favorite bit through the years that you've done?
Well, there's a few. I always liked my assistant program director, Barney, who was always great. It was, of course, the voice was Barney Fife.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is what it was. And that was always a fun one.
I see you calling, too, by the way. So hold on just a second. Keep calling. We'll pick up the phone in just a second. So.
Okay. And also, there were several. I went through, let's see, first it started with George Bush, the president. He would visit every week. Yep. And then we had Barack Obama, and then President Trump, and then now you have inherited President Biden.
President Biden, yep.
So those were always fun.
Yep.
And some of the things that we do, I always had Roy Lamont and the Lounge Lizards come in.
Yeah.
And they would do some parody songs.
Oh, yeah.
They were good, too.
Yep. Let's see.
Lots of good memories.
Did he hang up on me, or is he still with me? So I thought we got somebody calling in, and we might be in trouble ourselves.
I know.
Let me see if he's still here. Oh, no. He hung up on me, but go ahead and give us a call back, Scott. I saw you calling in. Scott called us, so we may be in trouble for talking about him on the air. So go ahead and give us a call back, Scott. We saw you call. There he is. I think he's calling him. Let's see. Yep, there he is. Hold on just a second. Good morning, Mix 96.
Hey, I just want to defend myself.
Let's hear it, Scott.
Go for it, dude.
Hey, I learned riding dirt bikes. You have to.
Occasion. Cut fresh daily. You won't find fresher meat anywhere else. And don't miss our monthly special, local and fresh meat at Dave's Custom Butchering and Retail Deli on Scott Lane in Wellston.
Hey, it's Matt. The 2021 Vinton County Junior Fair is underway. Join me every afternoon as I'll be broadcasting live from the Vinton County Fairgrounds on Mix 96 and Pure Rock 98.7. I'll keep you updated on all the events and family fun at this year's fair. Our live coverage of your Vinton County Junior Fair is brought to you by Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance, Coad, Holzer Health System, Jenkins Care Community, Dodrell Realty, Belicio Foods, Atomic Credit Union, Dave's Custom Butchering, Gas and Stuff, and The Store. Coverage is also brought to you by the McDonald's of Wellston and MacArthur, Monroe Collision, Osborne Equipment, Ramey's Homes and Automotive Group, Vinton County National Bank, Booth Realty and Insurance Agency, Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am of Jackson, Four Winds Community, Max Residential Heating and Cooling, and the Vinton County Agricultural Society, and Mullins Pizza. Join me this week for all the fun at your Vinton County Junior Fair. We'll see you there. Enter the radio's Business Bunch for Lunch contest, and you could win a free lunch for up to 6 people from one of these great businesses. How about 6 hot lunch buffets from Viva Jalisco in Wellston? Gas and Stuff of Hamden will provide 2 large one-item pizzas and a 2-liter of pop, and Burger King will provide the winner with 6 Whopper meal combos. Big Iron Smokehouse and Grill of Wellston will be serving up 6 lunch combos, your choice of pulled chicken, pork or brisket sandwich, and 2 sides, or a 2-piece fried chicken combo. And Jackson's own Arch and Eddie's is offering you and your guests the choice of a sandwich, burger, or salad. Making friends at work has never been easier. Simply enter the radio's Business Bunch for Lunch contest and you'll be on your way. Entering is easy. Just email your business letterhead to mix96morningcrew@gmail.com or fax it to 286-6679. Then tune into Mix 96 with Matt and the Morning Crew every Friday and listen for the winner.
To some, that may just sound like ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But to a Bud Light legend, it's a signal that says it's time. Time to dust off the barbecue tongs and load up the cooler with 37 Bud Lights and an assortment of dips. Because it's time to take back all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. Let's take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Mix 96 FM 749 on the Morning Crew. And, of course, we were talking sports a little bit earlier, John. I'm going to go ahead and fire my sports bed music here in the background. Okay. So get a little bit of a sports theme here. But, you guys had a chance to talk with JJ about the Bob Willis Sports Show again and all that kind of stuff and the legacy of sports broadcasting through the years. One of my favorite bits that I do now on Friday that we get called in, I don't know if you've heard this or have a chance to pay much attention to it, but we have, during quarantine, we were introduced to, he calls himself simply the Sports Kid.
I remember the Sports Kid.
I don't know if he was around when you had the show or not.
Sure.
We bring him in every Friday. So while we've got you, I'll go ahead and we'll play today's representation of the Sports Kid. So.
With commentary from the world of sports, live from his basement rec room.
He always has some interesting things to say.
Here's the Sports Kid.
The MLB trading deadline is here, and teams made some big moves. Miami got rid of Starling Marte, Minnesota got rid of Nelson Cruz, and Cleveland got rid of their name. Alabama quarterback Bryce Young has signed endorsement deals worth $800,000, and he hasn't even played in a game yet. It's crazy. College football players used to get paid nothing for doing a lot. Now they get paid a lot for doing nothing. In Olympic news, a German cycling coach was sent home after being caught on camera making offensive comments. Wow, I can't believe a German would do something awful. But to be fair, I don't pay attention in history class. And finally, the biggest story of the Olympics is Simone Biles dropping out of the competition to focus on her well-being. So, in a show of support to Simone, I am dropping out of this Sports Kid and will not have a final joke for this installment. Thank you for understanding.
The opinions expressed by the Sports Kid do not reflect the views of this radio station or anyone who's gone through puberty.
Right.
So there you have it. So that's our good old Sports Kid. Always has some interesting things. Have you been following the Olympics at all?
I've been trying.
I can't keep up with it. So.
Yeah, I've been trying. Of course, it's because it's in Japan. It's out of my time zone.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But been trying.
Well, a couple of big stories, of course, he talked about Simone Biles a little bit, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about her because she's been the discussion over the last couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
she's got to do what she's got to do, and it gave the young girl, the next young girl, kind of the opportunity to shine last night, and she did get the gold yesterday. Other big news from the Olympics: Novak Djokovic is not going to get what they call the Golden Slam. He's the tennis player that has won Australian Open, French Open, and Wimbledon all this year. And all he needed was the U.S. Open and Wimbledon to complete his collection, if you will. But he lost to a Serbian, to a German.
And that was one of my rules when I was on the air.
What's that?
Never, ever talk about tennis.
Yes. Oh, really?
You can't pronounce their name.
That's true. Yeah, you can't. Well, I have trouble with golf anymore.
Right, that's true. Golf is getting.
Golf is getting a lot.
Right.
It's getting a lot worse too. But yeah, so I butcher the names sometimes. I just kind of go, this is right. But that I knew his name. I've heard Djokovic enough time that I could get that one out at least. But the United States still on top in the medal race, 41 total medals. Right behind us is China, and then now I asked this question yesterday and did a little bit of research. Do you know who ROC is? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I saw that ROC. Not quite
it's
sure.
It's Russia.
Okay.
Russia has figured out how to get themselves in the Olympics, even though they're banned from the Olympics this year.
Okay, gotcha. I figured it was something like that.
ROC, the Russian Olympic Committee, is what that stands for. So they're actually in third place with 33 medals. United States has 14 gold, 16 silver, and 11 bronze. So they're behind. China has the most in the gold side of things, but overall, not too bad. And then the Reds, of course, we have the Reds on 105.3, and we follow them pretty closely. Something else we were able to do now that I don't think you had when you were hosting was we get a recap each day from the cruise. So let's go ahead and take a quick listen to that.
Joey Votto banged his 8th home run in his last 6 games and his first at bat on Thursday afternoon at Wrigley Field in Chicago, helping to lead the Reds 7-4 over the Cubs in the wrap-up of the 4-game series. The Reds take 3 out of 4 from their division rival to open up this 2-city road trip. Luis Castillo pitched well in the start for the Reds. He earned his 5th win of the year. Now the Reds will head to New York and open up a 3-game series with the Mets on Friday night. Right-hander Sonny Gray goes for the Reds against Carlos Carrasco. First pitch is set for 7:10. We'll be on the air at 6:40. The Reds pregame show on the Reds Radio Network.
So they pulled one out of the hat, 7-4, beat the Cubs 3 games out of 4. But
very good.
I don't know what we're going to do with them. They can't seem to get past Milwaukee. They when they play Milwaukee, they seem to just get blown away. But
not too many people are getting past Milwaukee.
This is true. Yes. But overall, not a bad season so far for the Reds. And as we say in our promo, they're fighting for a second berth in the postseason, and hopefully maybe we'll get it. So, but we're just about done. Like I said, they're gonna. I think they got some stuff planned for you today with Main Street, and we have some stuff for you here at the station. We're going to get you with later on, I think. But as always, I want to say thanks again for giving me the opportunity to take over the reins. I've been trying for 2 years to fill the shoes. Don't know that I can fill them, but I'll at least stumble through the house in them. So, and have some fun with it too. But appreciate you and your friendship and mentorship and all that you have done and are doing, and wish you the best in your retirement as well. So,
well, I really appreciate that. And hey, from my side, getting to listen to Matt and the Morning Crew coming in, everything is going well.
It's kind of nice to sleep in maybe for at least a little bit.
Keep it up, just a little bit, yeah.
So
appreciate
that morning stuff. So, but best wishes to you, and of course, I'm sure you won't be a stranger. You might be for a little while, but we'll, like JJ said, we'll probably try to rope you in somehow in the future, or at least call and ask questions, even if you don't respond right away.
You know where I live.
Yeah, so we know where we are. So, but we're excited about what's coming up in the future for you, and just wish you the best in everything. So,
thank you so much, Matt.
All right, that's a good friend, John Pelletier, better known as John Boy, and we'll be back right after this on Mix 96 FM. In the studios today, we have a couple of radio legends. First off, on my left, you're right. I don't know, whatever side that is. On my left, I guess, is from the Nut Hut crew, JJ Hale. Good morning, sir. Helps if I turn your microphone on.
Yeah, well, we were trying to talk earlier. John was looking at me. We were trying to talk earlier, but you got.
I didn't turn your mics on yet. So
you got.
That's called being the host. The little bit of power I feel like I have sometimes.
Good point.
That's being a control freak. That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you use that term legend quite loosely, I might say.
Yeah, but the real reason we're here today is the other individual in the room, and ladies and gentlemen, that is the legendary John Pelletier joining us in the studio this morning. How are you, sir?
Good. Actually, it's kind of going to be a crazy day because
yes.
I went through my usual routine this morning of coming to the radio station and suddenly realized it's the last time.
Yeah.
So
if you did not hear the news after, are we allowed to say how many years, John?
Well, actually, it's going on 53, but I rounded it down so it doesn't feel quite as bad. 52 years of broadcasting.
52 years of broadcast. And I saw some pictures yesterday from back in the day, too. So,
and back in the day, if you saw some of those pictures, one of the things that really struck me is that if you watch me on remotes, I always had on a suit and tie.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that was the deal back then. I mean, So
I'm thankful that we don't have to do that anymore. I don't know about you, but so we're going to celebrate John this morning, and we're going to be watching. We got the Facebook Live rolling here today. So if you want to make a comment or if you want to give us a call and chat with John Boy, we're going to be hanging out with you this morning, playing some songs and having some fun. So John, it was just about 2 years ago you hung up the headphones from the morning show and surrendered it to me. I appreciate you giving me that opportunity, and so I guess one of the things we can do today is say this, not only about music, but also about you.
What do you mean I forgot? Hey, I didn't forget. I just forgot.
I forgot.
So there you go.
Yeah. And I thought about the same thing, on the way in. I pulled out. I told John just earlier, I couldn't have timed it any better. It's all in God's timing, I guess. I pull in out back, thinking I'm running a little late, and I look up, and here comes John down the street with his briefcase for that final time. So I've got a great picture for Connie, walking in that back door, one last time at least, as a full-time employee here. But I kind of like this. We might be able to make this work. Matt, we can actually have a morning crew, John.
Yes,
you could take up radio as a hobby in your retirement.
Yeah, there you go. So radio is that's what they told me. That's what they told me radio was. They always told me radio was a hobby anyway. So it wasn't really a career.
But I was telling John, I pull out on Route 32 coming in here. It's just a beautiful, beautiful sunrise this morning back over toward Wellston, and I thought, what a glorious, gorgeous day. And man,
it is.
So happy, dude. It's a great beginning. It's kind of a new beginning. So
we have our first caller this morning calling in, and I know who this is. I can tell by looking at the number here. So this,
if it's the sheriff,
it's not the sheriff. Okay. You're off the hook this time, JJ. So, but joining us on the phone, I'll just let her introduce herself to us. Good morning, Mix 96.
Yes, how is everyone doing?
We're doing. How about yourself? That's our good friend Linda joining us on the phone. How are you today? Or Lisa, I said Linda. Sorry.
John Boy, it ain't gonna be the same without you in there, bud.
Hey, Lisa, do me a favor. Turn your radio down if you don't mind. Just a little bit.
I thought I was having an acid flash.
Keep in mind my old rock and roll ears, Lisa.
Are you still there?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better.
There you go.
That's a little bit better.
Here you go. So John Boy say, have a nice retirement. Come on.
Well, she's going to get her dog talk to you.
Oh, really? All right.
Good boy.
Thank you, Lisa.
That is Jody. Jody is now, Jody, I will tell you this about Jody the dog. Jody's a full-blooded Yorkie. How old is she, Lisa?
She's 10 now.
She's 10.
10.
And so if you know anything about Yorkies, you know that they have a personality, if you will. And who is well, let me say it this way, Lisa, in case they don't realize this. Who does Jody not like?
Goodbye.
Who?
Say it again.
Nancy Pelosi.
Okay.
We're pretty sure that Jody the dog is a full-blooded Republican. So
that's all right, Jody. My dog doesn't like Bill Kimball in Wellston, so
And of course, I want to say happy birthday to Jody. She's 10.
10, yeah.
Wow.
10, and that's 70 in dog years, which makes her and I, Jody and I, twins.
You guys both got the Golden Buckeye retirement card, right?
Yeah. Hey, Lisa, do you have a favorite story from? I know you've been a long time listener. Do you have a favorite story from the days of John Boy and the radio through the years?
Honestly, all of them were great, so I don't have any special ones. They were all really great years.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for calling in, Lisa. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Thanks. That's a good friend, Lisa. So hopefully we get a few more people to call in and give you some thoughts there, John, this morning.
This is what I was afraid of. Nobody's going to have any great things to say.
I do have one thing. I would like to clarify. I was sitting here this morning, finishing up the morning crew yesterday, and the notification came across from Total Media to remind us about the morning show. And of course, you've been on Main Street TV all week hosting.
Right.
And I just happened to see that our mutual friend John Moore was on there with you.
Yeah, John was on yesterday. He's on Main Street TV, came in, surprised me. He and I were partners. We did a show centering around, of course, Cardos.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably one of the highlights of my career. And we would talk. We were together for 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow. We would talk mainly rock and roll. And he was all the time trying to squeeze out of me my old band days stories. And when I was on the road with the band, and I kept telling him, John, I said, John, we've already gone through all the stories that I can tell on the radio.
Yeah, the ones that are fit for radio, right?
Yeah.
You were talking about the Cardo story, and when you left the air a couple of years ago, we were in to kind of give you a send off then, and you and I told some good stories and talked about some of the good old days. One thing I think we failed to mention that day, and I just killed myself driving up the road after leaving, thinking about it, is you were basically one of the founders, if not the founder, of the Bob Willis Sports Show. That was a staple at this radio station forever. And I used to just so enjoy as a high school kid listening to that, because every day, especially when I was doing the mornings, kind of following your footsteps as you were trying to introduce Bob in a different way. Like, here's a guy that needs no introduction, so I'll introduce him, my buddy Bob. So give us a little of the background on how to get started and just a little of the history there, because that's just wonderful radio history, especially here.
Bob was a sports writer. Of course, he was a banker first.
Yeah.
Right.
He was an executive at the First National Bank of Wellston, was for years. And but he also wrote a sports column for then the Telegram, the Wellston Telegram. And he and I started talking sports, and every time I'd see him, he'd come to the ball games. So first I invited him in the press box to help do the ball games, and we became partners there. And then I thought, it'd be really nice, because I would do a sports broadcast on the radio, but we had scores, but we didn't have any stories.
Right.
And Bob had stories.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He had lots and lots of stories and history of sports in this area. So he and I started. I got finally a sponsor, and that was Jim and Riepenoff at Riepenoff Distributing, Jim and Jay. And they became our sponsors, and we started that. It's been a long time ago. And then, of course, we did the final show as Bob was having a hard time with health. We did a last show. And by the way, that last show is I recorded, and that went on for a long time.
Yeah,
I'd love
to have a copy of that, because I was part of
a lot of people wanted to be on the air with Bob and wish him well. And I sent one Christmas that show out to all his kids and grandkids. So,
awesome.
But Bob was a legend, and he and I started the show, and I can't remember the year. It's been a long time ago. And what a lot of people don't know is that when I started here at WKOV, it was on 788, and it was just AM, just an AM.
Yeah.
And when Lou Davis finally put on the FM, was able to get the license and put an FM on, we started doing high school sports live. Before, it was always a tape replay. You had some really great people in sports back then. Willard Fitzpatrick. We had Ice Noggle. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, those were on Saturday mornings, right?
Yeah, they would replay the games, Friday night's games on Saturday mornings. So we started doing the games live. What happened is that Wellston was with the SEOL then.
Right.
And so we would go to the games and broadcast the games, and it was a discovery because we'd never done that before. So that became an adventure, and then it became another adventure when Wellston went from the Southeast Ohio Athletic League to the Tri-Valley, because all of the Tri-Valley schools didn't even know what a radio station was.
Right.
I mean, nobody had covered it.
Yeah.
One one time we were going to one of the schools, I believe was Ward Local, and they put us in the visitors press box, and we opened up the visitors press box. It was stacked full of furniture, student desks, and so we cleared a spot so we could broadcast. So we got all set up, and Bob turned to me and said, "Let's get out of here." I said, "What are you talking about?" And he pointed up, and there was a hornet's nest about as big as a pineapple inside the press box. So anyway, and I've got a huge amount of stories that Bob and we were doing the Waverly game. And Waverly did not have enough room in the press box for anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So we ended up broadcasting via Marty, shortwave. We were in the visitors stands. And we were.
How'd that go for you?
Oh, yeah. So anyway, all of a sudden, and Jody Michael was the coach then, and Jody Michael became very animated. He's right in front of us, right in front of us. And Jody, when he got mad, not only did tobacco juice start flying, but also did all kinds of, versions of the American lexicon. So anyway, he does this, and all of a sudden someone's hit me in the back, and I turn around, there's a lady saying, "What's he saying? What's he saying? What's he saying?" And so up comes the flag, and I finally turned around and I said, "Madam," I said, "Jody's just been penalized for illegal use of the English language."
Or possibly the hands as well there.
So and the stories go on and on and on. But yeah, that was a part of broadcasting that was kind of tough, because keep in mind, when I would do the ball games on the road, I would still have to get up in the morning and do the Saturday morning shift.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, there's a lot of great memories. And Bob was, when it came to sports for me, he was always front and center on everything that happened in sports.
Yeah.
And we always loved his stories.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm going to have to roll out of here soon. So, I want you to just have the spotlight this morning and enjoy your time here with Matt, taking a few phone calls. But, Bob, it's kind of a great pivot because Bob, I think I mentioned this to you when you told me you were going to retire. You gave me that call, and I'm like, whoa. I was blown away first. But then, Bob always said, man, he said, when you look around and you're the oldest guy in the room, he said, you just realize, and you're like, well, you're kind of the old dog now. And I'm like, I don't feel like the old dog, but hey,
you'll be long in the tooth.
So, yeah.
And let me tell you how old JJ really is. Okay? And this is how I judge how chronologically old I am, is the fact of not being able to truly master the new technology. The full story of me coming to work today is I'm walking down the sidewalk and JJ pulls in front of me and says, "Hold it right there." And he pulls out his phone. Okay. He said, "Stop." No, wait a minute. That's a selfie. He said, "I can't do that." Hold on. Here goes. No, that's not it. Wait a minute. And he turns it and he takes it out of the case and he goes, "All right, let's try this." Nope, that's not it. All right.
Yeah, we had an issue.
I'm standing there frozen trying to keep this plastic smile on my face.
I'm thinking like the people driving down Main Street. I've got this black thing hanging out the window. John's standing there perfectly still with the briefcase. Like, we got a hold up going on back here in the alley, or what's going on back here? But no, with that said, John, congratulations, man. 52 years. I'm going to do my best not to break down. But I thank you for coming in early so I could be part of this. But, I just wanted you to know how much I respect you.
Okay, thank you.
And how much I admire your work. Man, 52 years is a long run in this business. And I know you love this place. And I know you love these stations and your work out of here. I know you love Jackson County. This place will never be the same without you. And it's kind of like I told you before, it's the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. I'm living evidence of that. Like I said, I just really, really want you to know how much you mean to me personally and professionally. And, one of the things that Matt's got a song kind of queued up over there. And I really wanted to play it for you, not only you, but your lovely wife, Connie, because I caught the Cable Channel 15 show yesterday. And, I told my wife, I said, those two adore each other. You can just tell by looking, the way that they look at each other, the way that they talk to each other, the way that they treat each other. Out at the JVAC golf outing last week, it was just evidence and, of just God's perfect love. So I just, like I said, I really admire you as a man of God and as just a good man. How you've taken care of your family, and you've done this very well for 52 years. And so I'll leave it at that, man. Good luck, my friend.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
Blessings to you.
Hey, go back. Wait, we got to play the song, man. You got me queued up over there?
Which one?
The one I told you to queue up.
Which one did you tell me to queue up? That's what I was going to ask.
Huh? I gave you the slip.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay. I was like, that's why you. I was like, when you handed me that, I didn't know what you were talking about. Do we have that in the system? That's my question.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on.
We got everything in that system.
Okay, hold on a second.
So,
I missed the train. I thought you were just giving me a random song to play.
Just throw that on.
Because we get these in
They're
here.
with the mood, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start again, John. All right, start over. Back up. Back cut.
Okay, hold on, man. Let me find it.
If not, no worries, man. But I just thought it was kind of an appropriate song for those two.
Let me look one more time here. Let me look it up a different way.
Is he Gen or millennial?
I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a Gen Xer.
Okay, I was going to say he's kind of caught in the middle, but
okay.
Look, he's if that was you and I over there trying the technology, I'd be going like, "Don't move." Yeah,
there it is.
Okay.
Now I know what we're doing here.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, okay, here in my defense, I get sticky notes all the time with requested songs, and I just assumed that that meant that you wanted me to play that song. So,
right.
Or, somebody requested. So here we go. This is the song.
Right. Absolutely. And I just wanted you to know, like I said, you and Connie both have left your tattoos on this town forever, my brother. Enjoy your retirement, buddy. I love you.
We'll be back right after this on Mix 96.
Thank you.